Hey, cutie pies, it's Lanikia coming to you with another General Hospital review and recap. Don't forget, if you're looking to work from home, check out some of my work from home videos on my channel. So getting into this episode today, um, Harmony. I'm just going to do quick recaps of everyone else and go more into detail on the major storyline because everyone else was kind of just fillers until they got back to the good part. Okay, so with Harmony, Phyllis does talk to Harmony the way, Nina had asked her to do this, so she does. She does what Nina asks and talks to Harmony. Harmony wants to pretend that she doesn't really know Nina's mom like that because Phyllis says, if I recall, y'all were very close. And she said, no, we were. She was at first, she acted like she didn't know who she was. And then she was like, you know who I'm talking about. And so Phyllis is just like, Phyllis should look more into why is she pretending that she doesn't know. But anyways, and so Harmony was like, "Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about." She's like, "No, we weren't that close." And Phyllis was like, "That's not how I recall it. Y'all were very close. You hung out all the time and everything." And she was like, "No, not really." But anyways, so the baby that I think that Nina gave away, well, her mom gave away, went to Harmony. Harmony's, I don't know how they're gonna play this in the storyline because Harmony has to know that Wiley is Nina's, not Wiley. Willow is Nina's. I'm like, what do you? I don't understand why y'all are going like why y'all are going about it this way, but whatever, child. So then Phyllis does call Nina and tell her the conversation did not go over well because Harmony told Phyllis that tell Nina to leave, stop badgering her. She'll decide if she wants to help her or not. So Phyllis tells Nina the conversation did not go well, and she tried. So Nina was meeting actually with Scotty because she was supposed to be meeting her aunt, but her aunt had set her up so she could talk to Scotty. And he tells her, listen, you are spending all the, like, you're not going after, okay, first of all, your grandparents' right. Yes, you do have the right to petition the court for it, but it don't mean it's gonna go anywhere. And so she's like, so you're saying I probably won't get it. And he said, he was like, you need me as your lawyer, and I'll get you, I'll go fight hard for you to get you your rights and everything. But she doesn't want to go in the courtroom. And he says it's because of Sonny. Like, you don't want to take Michael to court because of Sonny, and you're gonna have to come to the decision. Do you want Sonny, or do you want to have your visitation with Wiley? And she says, I just want, she wants it all, but no, girl, you're not gonna get it all because they're gonna be resentful every time they have to give you any type of visitation with Wiley. So no. And then with Sonny, he's like, why don't you just leave Sonny alone? He's no good. And she was like, you gave my aunt a chance when everybody talked about her. He was like, he just needs someone to believe in him, and yada, yada, yada. And Scotty said, girl, you don't think Carly did? Carly rolled hard for Sonny. Like, he was someone that he could depend on. He could lean on her. She went to bat for him. She really rode for him, and look how that turned out. And she said, well, everyone needs a second chance, and it might work, it might not work, but she willing to go through the risk or whatever. I don't know, Nina. I like you. I know a lot of people don't, but I like you, but I don't see this working out for you. But moving right along. um who else was there? Oh, so then we see Nicholas and Esme. So Nicholas and Esme are talking, and she's still giving this spiel about how she has no one can help her, she doesn't have anywhere to go. And Nicholas was like, girl, you can't stay with me. He said, you cannot stay with me. I'm just getting along with my son, with Spencer, myself. I can't take you in. Spencer will think I chose a side. Now, she ain't telling all of it that she done hit Spencer with, I might be pregnant and all that. But Nicholas is just like, I can't take you in, or whatever. She said, oh, you're abandoning me too. He was like, Esme be playing her roles, baby. Cause she says, oh, you're abandoning me too. And he was like, okay. He was just like, no, he explained to her again, with Spencer, his relationship is still shaky. And he just doesn't want to jeopardize that, letting her move into the house or whatever. Now Nicholas gets a call, so he has to get up, and she sees Portia and Curtis run out, and she said, "Ooh, I wonder where they run into." Just evil. I love me some Esme. She's just so evil. Just no good. But she be acting this role out, so I love it. So then Nicholas comes back to the table and he tells her he's gonna put her up at a room for at Kelly's, and she was like, "Kelly's has apartments and stuff." He was like, "Yeah," and she was like, "Okay, well, at least I won't be homeless. I'll be alone." And he said, "No, I'm gonna be coming to visit you. Don't you go visit that girl by yourself. You need to have a Ava or somebody, some woman there when you visit her." When she was like, "Okay," or whatever, and she was like, "Thank you, you saved me," and she gives him a hug, and then she gonna roll her little eyes and say, "Oh, this girl's so evil and cunning and conniving, and you need somebody like this on the soaps. If you're gonna have a bunch of goody two shoes, then you need this evil, conniving person. People like her or not, talk about what they want her to go. She's needed on this soap opera because it breathes life into this teenager, what's going on with them. Not my favorite storyline as far as it being with porn, but I am here for this storyline because honestly, today it was the best one with the teenagers. So speaking of the teenagers, we see that Jordan has actually, did I get everybody out the way? Nope, I'm sorry. Let me go over here real quick to Harmony. So Harmony went to Alexis' place because she's moving in, right? So TJ and Molly are there, and when Alexis comes home and she informs them because it's their last day staying with her and they don't want her to be lonely, so they're like, "We're glad you're busy with work." And she said, "Oh, but Harmony's moving in," and they're like real leery that Harmony's moving in because Sean had told them keep an eye on Harmony. And so they let Alexis know, and Alexis tell them, "I am not a child. I do not need y'all to look out for me. I appreciate but she wasn't mad at them. She was upset with Sean because she was like, I don't need a babysitter." Um, and so they were trying to just tell her, be careful with Harmony and everything. And then Harmony comes in and she understands the situation. And she says, "Well, I'm glad Sean told y'all to, to look out, watch out for me or whatever. Keep an eye on me. She said, "I'm glad because it just lets you know that Alexis have people that really care for her and, want the best for her and everything." And so they swept it under the rug, y'all. That's what happened in that. So then Alexis and Harmony are talking, and she's telling Alexis how Nina is pressuring her to get help with Wiley and everything. And then she spills a drink, and so they're like, "Oh, I'll pick it up." So they get down to pick up the drink because TJ and Molly have come back out because they had left and they came back in. And Harmony comes up with carpet cleaner, and Alexis said, "Wait a minute, how'd you know the carpet cleaner was in the basement?" And Harmony was like, "Oh, I've been a caregiver so long. I just remember odd places people put things." And Alexis said, "I can." And Harmony was like, "I can't be getting my place, my place junkie or my new home junkie or something." And Alexis was like, "Yeah, your new place for now, Alexis. Please, yeah, keep your eye on Harmony because All right, so then we move right along to Portia. No, not Portia. No. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Jordan is questioning Trina, right? Remember on Friday she brought her in for questioning. And so she's asking her about the incident. She tells her, "We got somebody who said that they saw you watching the videos weeks before it came out. Like we got a tip." And she says, No. That is not me. I just got the video when everybody else got it on my phone, and I deleted it. I did not watch that video, and I haven't. She didn't do it." And so Jordan was just like, you know, "Do you want an attorney or you?" And she's like, "No, I want to talk to you," because she's like, "Esme is behind this. Esme did this. Y'all need to be looking into Esme." Now Dante and Josh are outside, and she said, "Why are you questioning Trina when it should be Esme y'all going after?" And then Portia and Kurt and Tagger are over there talking and just so happy that Esme is out of Trina's life, that Trina has no dealings with her. And then while this is going on, Curtis is talking to Marshall, and he's trying to figure out like who Marshall is and everything. And I have to say all of that is going on because it comes full circle. So as Trina continues to talk to Jordan, Trina says, listen, I could show you my phone. And so she goes in her phone, and Jordan's like, this is your only phone? She said, yes, it's my only phone. What does it look like? It's black and it has a purple case. So Trina pulls it out or whatever. Well, when Trina gives Jordan the phone, there's a ding. And she's like, what is that? And Trina goes into her phone, her purse again, and there's another phone. They're the exact same phones. And so she's like, wow, I thought you said you only had one phone. And she said, I do. I don't know what that phone is. This is my study partner telling me why, asking me why I'm not there. Because Trina's supposed to be in class. And so now Jordan has to take this phone. So Jordan takes the phone or whatever, and she hands it over to Dante. And she tells him the tipster, it was like what the tipster said, it was in her purse. And she and Dante are both like, this is real convenient. And they're not believing it because they're like, this is very convenient or whatever. So, but they can't do anything about it because the evidence is pointing to Trina. So then we see that Jordan gets on the phone with Curtis because as Curtis is talking to Marshall, because Marshall is like, why are you so friendly with Sonny and this yada yada yada, what his Sonny said. And Curtis said, Sonny has said you've been hostile towards him and I'm trying to figure out why. And then Marshall is like, I've known men like Sonny. And so once again, Curtis says, if there's something that's going on that I need to know about from your past, you need to tell me because I have people in my life that I need to protect. And Marshall ain't telling nothing. But he does tell, Curtis does tell Marshall, like, when TJ got into trouble, Sonny was there. He put protection around TJ or whatever. So whatever you're doing, whatever you got going on with Sonny, our family is grateful to Sonny because when we needed him, he was there. And so, whatever you got going on, that's on you. But anyways, Curtis gets a phone call from Jordan. So he tells Marshall, I got to step outside. So he gets the phone call from Jordan, and Jordan tells him, we said we're going to keep everything on the up and up. So hypothetically speaking, if a law enforcement agent was questioning a witness and that witness had declined to speak to someone, but that witness, they're getting evidence, that proves that witness is guilty of a crime, but she doesn't call, the parents because it would be, she can't call the parents, but she calls a friend and says maybe or whatever. He's like, oh, you're talking about Trina. And she was like, I'm just hypothetically speaking that maybe she would need a lawyer and stuff. He was like, okay, thank you, Jordan. I'll call Portia. So he goes back in and he tells Curtis, I gotta go. I mean, Marshall, I gotta go. Curtis does. And Marshall is like, everything okay? He told him it was something to do with Trina. And he's like, anything I can help with? Curtis is like, you can't even tell me the truth. Like, you can't help me. So then, of course, we remember Esme said, oh, where Trina and where Portia and Taggart running off to. And that's what it was. Curtis had called them and told them, y'all need to get down to the station because Trina is in trouble or whatever. So they get down to the station and Josh is telling Dante, why are you putting my friend in the interrogation room or whatever? And he was like, Josh, I can't talk about this or whatever. It's just evidence. And she said, you need to be looking for Esme. That's who did this. Esme Price is behind this all. And he was like, we have to follow the evidence or whatever. So they take Trina into the interrogation room and she's in there or whatever. I mean, obviously she's upset. So Taggart, excuse me. Yeah, so Taggart, Portia, and Curtis all arrived. And Taggart's like, Jordan, I thought we were friends. What are you doing? Like, you're locking my daughter up. You're interrogating my daughter. You spoke to her without, like, getting one of her parents here and everything. And she was like, because Jordan had told Dante earlier, here's about the phone. And she was like, this is the phone that Trina gave, or whatever. And he was like, you're interrogating my daughter and everything. That was Taggart. And they're doing this because when Trina gave Jordan that phone, they had to investigate, and it came back, I guess, evidence that yes, it was some kind of way is linked to Trina. I don't know how Esme did this, but it's linked to Trina. So that's why they're having to do this. So Portia, obviously they're upset. So they go in and they talk to Trina, and she's like, Mom, like they're accusing me of that. Trina's upset. Now this little girl is acting this role today. Friday it was, but today she's acting this role. Like she's taking this role on as her own, and I like it. She even made okay, but so she's just upset and she's telling Portia, her mom, like, I didn't do this, mom, and I'm sorry I'm having to worry you guys. But Portia's like, baby, we know you didn't do this. We They know it was Esme who did this, and even Josh is standing by Trina saying Esme did this. So Curtis goes and he talks to Jordan and she says, oh my gosh, she shouldn't have gave that phone. Well, you went and questioned the girl without her parents or a lawyer or anyone. And now you're like, oh my gosh, we shouldn't have did this or whatever. No, it's too late for that now. Because you should have called her parent and told her, go call your parents and come down to the station or whatever, but you didn't. But honestly, Jordan probably didn't think that anything would come of this, but they had evidence, the tipster and all that. So, anyways, Portia is upset because she's like, Jordan, what are you doing? And they're blaming Jordan because she's the one who did start this interrogation, but it's because they got a tip. So Jordan really is just doing their job, and even though she knows them, she can't let that affect her doing her job. And so then we see that who is it? Taggart busts into the office while Jordan is talking to Curtis when she was just telling him, man, she shouldn't have gave that phone. And he's like, Jordan, we were partners. I trusted you, and you gonna go and interrogate my daughter? And she was like, she's of age. She asked for no lawyer to be there or whatever. So I couldn't do anything. So when Jordan has to step out, because Dante calls Jordan and he has to step out, she has to step out. Curtis tells Taggart, I know you're upset, but Jordan is just doing what she's supposed to do. Like, she called me. She couldn't even call y'all, but she called me so I could reach out to you guys to let you know what was going on. So she's trying. And so then Jordan comes back into the office and Taggart is just like, I'm not gonna like what you got to say. And she was like, no, you're not. And she don't like saying it either, but the phone found evidence that it was Trina. And so they go back in and they tell Trina that she has to come with them. Jordan does. And I want to call this girl Whitney. Portia is like, what are you taking her? She said, booking. Booking. So now it's everybody in the lobby. And Trina's like, I didn't do this. This is Esme Price. And they tell her, Taggart tells her, stop talking, babe. Let us get a lawyer. Don't say anything else until we get a lawyer. And Jordan says, Dante, you got to read her rights. And Josh is like, it's not Trina. Y'all need to look into Esme. Esme did this or whatever. But Dante started reading Trina her rights, and he takes her back to booking and everything. And I'm like, oh, y'all really going there? Like, I didn't know it was gonna go this far, but we should have known because they've been saying it's a crime in New York. It's a revenge porn is a crime, but I'm like, she this? Whoa, y'all really went there with Trina and all them. But that was the best part of the episode, and that was General Hospital today, guys. Sorry if I missed any parts of it. I was just really happy that they're moving this story along, and I think just from what I've been seeing on the Instagram and the previews and stuff, I don't know how long they're gonna actually make this last, because they said the truth comes out this week, and we know this ain't the truth. So Esme must get caught some kind of way. But anyways, y'all, that was General Hospital. I will see you tomorrow for another episode.